What up, Leone? My broccoli is still alive under a foot of snow. Not producing though. Expect very slow growth during winter, if at all. Shout out to you, Leone. I like you. You're the first comment I read. I seen. No, that was cauliflower. That's cauliflower in the thumbnail, and it's still growing. And everybody that comes to my house, they're like, "Yo, your cauliflower still growing?" Like, that's your little engine that could. But then that got me thinking about, this eastern DC area climate. Like, didn't George Washington pick this area for a reason? Wasn't DC built like on a literal swamp? And George Washington was like a surveyor of lands. So he chose this area for a reason, I believe, because it got the best of every season in the country. Like, you're not gonna find weather like that. We have the colds. It ain't just all sunny cookies and bubbles. We have the colds, the warms, the highs, the lows, good days, bad days. But cause I might be wrong. Somebody fact check the fuck out of me. Wasn't George Washington like George Washington? He was like about that life. And when they was like, yo, the Capitol, let's do something with the Capitol. He picked this area, Kingpin. You in Baltimore. Like we just have that type of weather here. Somebody say, you said you lived in Georgia. I never said I lived in Georgia. Like George Washington picked this area for a reason. That has been lost to a lot of people. Because people think California, oh, they got the best weather. People, Idaho, or people, oh, Texas. Nah, East Coast. BG needs to be close to Langley. Nah, East Coast got the best growth seasons. And I'm not in DC, but I'm in the DC area. This isn't quite Northern Virginia. It is, but it's not. But it's fucking beautiful out here. Kingpin said, somebody said East Coast has New York and Jersey. Okay, and what do the West Coast got? California, Colorado, Washington. Excuse me. Like, what does that mean? I'll take New Jersey all day. I take that back. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it no more. John Rice said Texas has everything. It's a country in itself. Yeah, y'all definitely have all the Mexicans. Y'all go ahead and claim that. Yeah, Texas, all the Mexicans. Yep. You damn right y'all have everything. Y'all got all the labor out there y'all could ever want. Y'all don't do shit. The Mexicans do everything. The Guatemalans do everything. No, fuck Texas. Somebody said to call them. Exigent News said California has tacos on every corner. I don't know. I just like my coast. I like my state. Like, when you think of it, like, Robert E. Lee came from here. Like, Texas can't say that. Y'all can't say that. No, Texas, please, go somewhere else. Texas people, oh, if we could be a country in and of ourselves, then do it. How come y'all ain't did it yet? Go fucking do it. Where was Texas in the Civil War? I'm asking legitimate questions. Like, y'all forget Virginia. Yeah. All right, well, let me gangbang my state then. VA. Sic Semper Tyrannis right there on that flag. You know, right next to the Cardinal with the guy stepping over a body. You know, and then they put, you know, later on it was like, oh, Virginia is for lovers. Nah, nigga, Robert E. Lee said, fuck each and every last one of y'all. Yeah, that's some Virginia shit right there. Not that it's about all that. I'm just saying, like, all the niggas be like, Texas. Like, Texas ain't shit. Where the Texans at? I know y'all in here. Y'all quick to throw up them fucking horns. Shout out to Texas, but no, fuck Texas. Texas Houston fucked up. Dallas fucked up. Port Arthur fucked up. Fort Worth fucked up. What else y'all got? Fort Worth nicknamed Murder Worth. Nah, y'all can have Texas. Shout out to Texas though. They don't do state income tax though. Shout out to y'all. You know, I just gotta do where I'm from, you know. Somebody said Waco. You got, all right. I give you that. Somebody said neither does Nevada. Then DFW combined. What the hell is DFW? My hometown is higher murder rate than DF. What is DFW? Jeremiah Smith said Virginia is very moist now. Oh, that's Northern Virginia. Chuck Rice, what up, what up? Somebody said, I want to visit Mississippi. No one talks about Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. Dan Smith said, it doesn't matter. The government is going to get theirs. Oh, thanks for putting me back on track. I'm sitting here gangbanging states and shit. I'm fucking with y'all, you know. Shout out to all the states. But this what I'm saying. This is why I said, you know, I made a change. There was a change in me ever since I became, you know, more spiritual. You know, once you get your spiritual together, once you get the spiritual aspect of things together in your life, everything else falls in place. This is exactly what I'm saying. You're going to hear people say freedom doesn't exist and freedom is an illusion. You're going to hear people say you could buy land, but you still have to pay taxes on it. Therefore, you don't really own it. Or you could buy a house. And after you finish paying off the bank, you still got to pay for said house on said land that they tax. So it's like you never really own anything. Like you can rent, but you pay the landlord. You could buy, but you pay the banks. Then you pay taxes. The government got their hands in everything. I'm like, people looking for a unicorn that doesn't exist. A carnal freedom doesn't exist. It doesn't. Freedom is spiritual. Ooh, look at that fox. Look at that vixen. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen that vixen? I know it was a vixen too. I could tell the difference. But fuck is she doing out at this time? Go home. Go wash them dishes in your sink. You out here gallivanting like that. But yeah, you're not gonna get, like, people talk about freedom like it's something that you can attain. Like anytime you say we finally achieved freedom, which you will never, ever be able to say. Anytime you say we finally attained freedom, there's gonna be somebody, but this, but that, they can still do this. People throw out scenarios at you. That's why you avoid, brother. Only I finally understand why in the scriptures it says freedom. There's freedom in the law. Like the law sounds like bondage. But it's like you have to, it's like I finally get it now, because people look for freedom in a physical world that likes to deal with the material aspects of situations, like governments, etc., etc. It's like I'm finally understanding the only freedom that exists is in spirit. Like you're not gonna get freedom, no other brand of freedom, no other type of way. Like it's written right there in scripture. Like it's all right there. Like man looks for everything to dress himself up with. Adam covered his groin with a leaf in the garden. Then man, that's what man does. But it's like you will never be free the way you feel like you should be free in the materialistic world. It just won't fucking happen. Somebody said Jonestown freedom. No, it fucking wasn't. Freedom how? Drinking Kool-Aid. Then they say that nigga on Jim Jones, what, didn't he have a PA system hooked up outside and niggas would sleep and Jim Jones would get on the PA system and start spazzing out? Then he spiral out on the PA system. It was issuing all types of fucking orders and going crazy, and people was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I want to go home. But I'm just saying, whatever freedom, like, that shit is all in your mind. Even if you don't believe in it, it's all in your mind. Like, there's people in Jonestown that thought they were free. They was like, this is freedom. You know, it's more spiritual than anything else. Like, I hate to tell people, but your brand of freedom doesn't exist. Freedom from tyranny, freedom from other people telling you what to do. There's always going to be somebody telling you what to do. Always. Like, people don't want to work. I don't want a boss. You always going to have a boss. Like right now, I don't punch the clock, but my boss are customers. Like, if I don't make them happy, then I don't get no money. You know, shit like that. So it's like certain people's brands of freedom, that shit just doesn't, you're not gonna find it. Like, it's all up here. This is why people be like, you took the black pill. I'm like, nah, I'm liberated from all those pills. This is why I'm optimistic. Like, this is why. Like, you're not gonna get freedom from governments. You're not gonna get freedom. No government can offer you freedom. I don't care how badly you want that particular government to do what you want them to do. There will always be another group of people who feel like they are being oppressed. Your freedom means somebody else's oppression in their mind from the world they come from. Well, no boy, and if you don't believe me, how many people here don't believe in vaccine mandates? Y'all in here. Or do you know that says oppression for another group of people? They feel like you're stopping them from making progress. Like, it'll never fucking happen. Your brand of freedom will never fucking happen. It has never happened in history. Some people wanted communism, some people wanted capitalism, Nazism. People were upset, unhappy. This is why I say it comes down to the individual. It does. It comes down to the individual. This is also why scripture says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Your own. Like, you're not just, I hear freedom, and I thought about it, and I'm sitting there like, hell, you'll never get freedom. Anytime, like, people see me doing what I do, and like, "Oh, you growing your own food? The government can come confiscate it any time." How was growing your own food freedom? You know, you start a community, now you're in a cult, or the government can shut down your community at any time. That's why I say you got to be spiritually led. Like, at a certain point in your life, you got to see past this physical barrier. It's like a glass ceiling that people hit and they don't grow past it. They don't know how to kind of break out of it. Somebody said, not here, this worldly system is rigged. It's always going to, even if everything went the way you wanted it to go today, it's always going to be rigged to somebody else. Like, people search for perfect peace. Man, that shit is spiritual. This is why I really understand, bro. Not just saying that. I understand what it means when we fight not against flesh and blood. I'm like, you know, I understand what it means when it says the prince of the power of the air. You know, I get it, man. I get it. Like, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Like every day, every week, another layer is peeled back, and more understanding comes. The more I toss out, it's like the more I gain. Like, you show up someplace, like, my cup full. Ain't nobody putting shit else in your cup until you gotta dump that shit out. Like, that's why I say I don't know nothing. That's why I say don't follow me, because I'm figuring shit out for myself. I got my own journey. That's why I say our journeys are not all the same. Like, we different. That's great. All of us. Great. We got different battles, different strengths, different weaknesses. You know, but at the same time, it's like we can get together and do great shit. But a lot of us shut down when that doesn't happen according to our will. This is why when somebody was like, yo, pray for Kyle Rittenhouse, like, I don't pray on behalf of other people. I pray let his will, my Father's will in heaven, be done. His will be done. You can't foresee the future and decide that this is the way somebody else's life should go. Is it all like, are your steps already ordered from your birth? No, you do have the freedom to choose. This is why you have free will. This is why I believe you have Luciferians, like people fucking other people over all the fucking time. That's called free will. You're free to choose to follow or not follow. So it's not like, and at any given time, people be like, yo, I'm saved. I got saved when I'm like, anytime you could fall out of favor. Any given time. And you'll know when it happened. You don't feel right. You sell yourself out. You're not saved. It ain't over until it's over. Like, when you die, your journey ends. But while you here, it's still a work in progress. And as with all progress, you can stop making progress. You can fall off completely. Or you can go on to great things. That's why I'm sitting here like, man, that freedom shit. That should have never happened. People are chasing an illusion. And it's just like with anarchy. It's the same thing with anarchy. Like, let's think about it. What if we do have anarchy? And the governments that you say are elite and the people fucking over your life, what if they took over anarchy? You do know, like no rulers. That's what happens when you have like no fucking rulers. People step up and they're like, all right, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, that, and the third. People don't obey the golden rule. It's like, fuck that golden rule. Have you seen people? Bro, I've been to prison. I seen what it's like to watch people choose between good and evil. Some people do, some people don't. You could take people that were not a part of any gang outside on the street. Soon as they get together, it's human nature, they click up. They click up. You got white people who never thought of joining the Aryan Brotherhood, Aryan Circle. They find themselves in that company. Or some of them go and join 7-Fold GD, the BGDs, the gangster disciple, just gang oriented out of nowhere. And you're like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like, people are clannish by nature. So there's not gonna be, in this group, the rules they follow will eventually affect you and your libertarian stance of if it don't bother me, then I don't care what y'all do. That shit always gonna get you fucked up in the end. It's like I extorted people with a view like that. Like, oh, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Like, people will create counter groups. Like, I'm giving you street examples right now, but it's no different than how the Crips got started. Because there were gangs terrorizing the neighborhood. It had nothing to do with white people. Had nothing to do. Tookie Williams ain't know who the fuck Huey P. Newton was. People was like, oh, it's a spinoff for the Black Panther. No, the fuck it wasn't. And it did not mean community revolution and progress. It's just a group of youths on the street trying to survive the streets. Anarchy. No fucking rulers. No one to tell them don't do this, don't do that. And then when you had people to tell them don't do this and don't do that, they created counter groups. And when there was no rules, when there was no government, people stepped up and became the government. This is where you had the avenues. This is why Raymond Washington started the baby avenues, because he wasn't old enough to join the avenues. And then went to the West Side, recruited Tookie Williams, and then boom, that shit blew the fuck up to what it is today. Like, this shit will always happen. It's gonna always happen. You'll never be satisfied with your life as long as you live. As long as your view, your outlook is materialistic, you'll never be fucking happy. Never. Somebody could always, with one comment, somebody could snatch all your joy away. You could be outside gardening right now, just got a home, no debt, got more equipment, farmland, your family good, everything going good, because you work hard, you're a good person. And then somebody could be like, oh, but the government can come and do this at any time and you still pay taxes. And all of a sudden, your joy is gone. That's why I said, when I realized the burden wasn't on me to fix the world or change the world, bro, I started succeeding. And y'all watched it happen. Like, it's not on me to wake up the world. That's not what I do. It's really not. I'm not here to evangelize and apostolize the world. That shit'll get you fucked up. I'm here to live my life. And people see me living my life and they're like, yo, like, he fucking gets it. Like, I'm trying, like, can you, like, you know, can I come work with you? You know? Shit like that makes a difference, bro. I don't have to wake any of y'all up. Y'all go, y'all watch y'all truther channels. When y'all leave here, y'all go watch whoever it is people are watching. I don't know the truthers no more. Whoever people are watching now. They go watch that. Some of y'all go watch Steven Crowder, Shapiro. Some of y'all keep up with the politics, the politicians. Some of y'all just, you know, just go watch the Richie from Boston's, the Brian from High Impact Flick. Some of y'all just, it's a nigga watching me right now that just bought a Hodge Twins shirt. It was a nigga watching me yesterday on the live stream that went out and bought a High Impact flashlight. Y'all go do y'all things. Y'all get involved with the world. And y'all sit there and devour content that makes you feel like you're not doing enough. And I understand everybody has a part to play in what other people perceive to be freedom. But the thing is, once you understand that that brand of freedom is unattainable, and you will always keep going around in circles and circles chasing something that doesn't exist, you'll realize you're wasting your fucking life. You could be great, but now you're subpar because you're chasing unicorns. You know, and then you look at another group of people, point at them and laugh and say, look, they're chasing unicorns. And you doing the same shit. Somebody said, yeah, ain't no unicorns. There's not. It's really not. Like, you all it does is keep you unhappy, and it keeps you feeling inadequate. Like, when you focus on so much fucked up shit, this is why I talk shit about truthers constantly. Somebody's like, I'm a truther. And I know people like, if you're not a truther, then you're a liar. No. The brand of trutherism that's prevalent today, they have not the love of the truth in them. Their truth, their experience of what they say truth is based in a materialistic mindset. Their truth is telling you what governments are up to. Their truth is telling you some weird shit to get you to buy some type of supplements or a flashlight or keto diet bag or coffee mug or blue blocks. Like, their truth, it makes you feel good inside when you get their truth. You're like, yes, I finally know something I didn't know yesterday about how the world works. But nobody ever goes to the next level. What do you do once you know? What do you do? What do you do at that point? What do y'all do? I don't know. I'm asking legit questions. I know what I do. But like I said, we all not the same. Not all of us are the same. We different. That's cool. But we family. We different though. But what do you do once you know? Some people just want knowledge just so they can lord it over other people and somehow feel superior to other people who don't know what they think is truth. I know the truth. Do you know the truth? And people are like, no. Does that make you feel like a bigger person? Or when people call other people sheeple and they're like, they just follow the government like that. They just look at them lining up for their vaccines. It's like, I used to engage in all of that shit, but then I found out what life was really about. Like, those people lining up for the vaccine, that shit ain't, that's, I'm not here for them. I'm not here for them. I done already told all of y'all, all vaccines are poison. I don't beat around the bush. All of them. All of them. The coronavirus does not exist. It doesn't. And when I say it doesn't exist, I'm not talking about it's just a flu. No. I mean, it doesn't exist at all. That also means that lab leak breadcrumb trail leads nowhere. That's just for you guys. They do certain things because they know truthers are why. They know what you talk about. They know what mindset you have, just like they delete certain people that you wouldn't normally pay attention to, but because they've been Control-Alt-Deleted, they know now you equate Control-Alt-Deletion with truther. They know how you fucking think. So just like everybody likes to call everybody else controlled opposition, all they got to do is delete controlled opposition, and they know once they put them back online, you niggas gonna follow. Because you'll be like, oh, he was deleted. He must be telling the truth. it's like, bro, and people think they got it figured out. I don't even have it figured out. Like, people think, bro, this shit not even fit. This shit spiritual at this point. This is why I say people think it's about jab or unjab. The government's versus the people, bro. This shit is war spiritually. And if your soul ain't shit, you gonna fall by the wayside every fucking time. And then y'all follow some breadcrumbs that lead no fucking where. Y'all love doing that shit. Just like all these fucking trials they put on TV for you. And somebody got mad at me because I said fuck that Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Or however the fuck you say her name. And it was like, you don't keep up with it? I'm like, no, I don't keep up with that shit. For what? For what? Why the fuck am I keeping up with Jeffrey Epstein's handler / recruiter? But there's details in everything you have no idea about. You'll never get the full story. And as long as you're looking for them to give you the full story, you'll always be left feeling empty and hopeless. All is lost. You and your truth are pills. Just sitting there, blue pill, black pill, red pill, the violet pill, barricade on that platinum pill. Plus, they got that shit carried with an S pen. Huh? Ivermectin, chasing that shit. That shit leads nowhere, son. Ivermectin, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a hero. All they do is just pull up heroes for you. Just pull them up, prop up, just with the strings. And you niggas, look, he's speaking true. And you niggas just throw yourselves at him. You just like, take me. Huh. You know, that's humans for. That's man. It's so close, yet so far away. From the truth that even I don't have, but I know what's not. People with the inability to separate the real from the fake from the real. They give you your heroes, and they have been for a long fucking time. And then y'all get upset with the heroes once y'all find out that they were not heroes and it was a fucking joke this whole time. And then y'all go and fall for the next hero that they give you. You're not gonna see a hero on TV. They won't be on Fox. They won't be on CNN. They won't be mainstream at all. But once again, they know this. They know this. They know more and more people alternative media. Y'all think they stupid? Y'all call them elite, which they're not, and then think they're stupid. Y'all stupid. So they know y'all don't watch them. They know there's a group of people that do not watch. They don't watch mainstream media, which y'all call mainstream media. They don't pay attention to the narratives they give. They got you. They got you. A financial incentive goes out to YouTubers, social media influence, people on the dark web to talk about mainstream narratives. So the narrative still reaches you. It still reaches you. And you get your fix of the matrix that way. But then you feel more superior than the person watching mainstream media because you're not actually watching it. You're getting it through the interwebs. So you feel better than that person. When you're really getting the same shit, they just put a different spin on it. Either way, the matrix is reaching you. I hate to use that word, the matrix. Either way, the bullshit is getting to you. And none of that shit is the truth. It don't fucking matter. So it's like, And it's a hell of a financial, incentive to keep bullshit going from all sides. From all sides. Like that shit there. Like people, no different than people bringing you the gospel of Bitcoin. Remember that? Like when all the truthers first hopped on that, like back in like 2014, 2015, cryptocurrency, and then turned around in the same breath and told you that digital currency would be the end of the country, and then in the same breath turned around and told you that, you should get hooked, this crypto. They preach the gospel of crypto. Not your salvation. The salvation of a company who niggas don't even know own it. That's what they preached. Niggas didn't preach good tidings for you to do better. Nah, here's crypto, nigga. If you don't got crypto, nigga, you ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. If you don't understand crypto, you fucking suck. Yeah, this is what the truthers are on now. Get with the fucking program. Cryptocurrency, nigga. If you not with it, you're a part of the fucking Federal Reserve. Nigga, they can't even track this shit. This shit crypto. Then you like, where the fuck is that shit at? Sit there and it'll give you all that bullshit, and then you be like, yo, how the fuck do I spend it? Oh, you gotta convert it to the dollar. The dollar that's connected to the Federal Reserve, which you just talked all that shit about. You just said crypto was how you circumvent the Federal Reserve, but yet you gotta cash out in the shit that the Federal Reserve gives you. Fucking stupid. It's the dumbest shit ever. Crypto is the future. Nigga, didn't you just say yesterday that digital currency will be the end of the country? So when you say crypto is the future, you're basically saying the end of the country is the fucking future. Y'all are demoralized. You're fucking demoralized. I don't give a fuck how much money you made on that shit. I really don't. This is why I said there's a financial incentive to keep you following breadcrumbs that lead nowhere. If making money on something was everything, then don't blame the politicians. Don't blame Nancy Pelosi with a $300,000 salary, but somehow worth millions and millions and millions. Don't blame her. You can't say shit about her. Or the politicians that sell you the fuck out for money's sake. She's getting that money. See, your mentality is all money is good money. So don't blame them. They're using their position, their influence to get it. Don't be mad. All money is good money. That's why people's like, yo, we going to Florida, Ron DeSantis. Or we going to Texas, the nigga in the wheelchair. Or we going over here. Everybody wants to go. Everybody believes the grass is greener on the other side. You know how many people I know that move from here to Atlanta? And then they get to Atlanta, the same fucked up shit keeps happening to them. Not to mention that's one of the gayest cities ever outside of Tel Aviv. Fucking Atlanta. They'll be like the Black Mecca. Then you get there, your life fucked up. Your life is fucked up. Because your problems followed you. Why? Because your mentality followed you. Why? Because you didn't make a change. It doesn't matter where you go. If you some shit here, you gonna be some shit over here. If you wore a mask in Virginia, not because you believed in the narrative, but because you didn't want to be looked at as funny, you gonna go to Florida and wear a mask. You fucking suck, no matter where you go. Because your outlook, disposition, your mentality is some shit. You suck. But the good news about that is you can unsuck. You could decide to do that shit right now, right here today. But first, I need you to head on over to my fucking website, timcashurl.com, and subscribe over there and purchase my merchandise. Tim Pool watching me. Tim Pool, you suck. Your fans suck that don't understand the joke of me making fun of you. Y'all suck. It doesn't matter what state you go to. You fucking suck. You was in California wearing a mask complaining. Nigga, you gonna go right to Texas, wear a mask and complain. You gonna go right to Florida, wear a mask and fucking complain. It's the people. It's people. People ducking that adversity. They don't want to be looked at as weird. They want to fit in. They don't want to cause no problems. They just want to look straight. Buckle the seatbelt. Put the mask on, honey. They put the mask on. For what? You don't even believe in it. Just do it. This is how we get along. You do what they ask of you and then complain about them. That's like the people I used to extort when I lived a different life in prison. I would extort them. They would complain about me. The audacity of these niggas. Y'all soft. You suck. You fucking suck. And then as soon as I leave with your commissary, your bag, you have the balls to turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I hate him. He took my bag. I didn't take shit, nigga. You gave it to me. I ain't even have to lay a hand on you. You just fucking suck. No one had a gun to your head. Now, I told you what to do and you did it like a bitch. This is why I'm going to keep extorting you. It doesn't matter what penitentiary you go on. You still gonna be a bitch. Some people want to leave level 3s and go to level 2s. Like you a bitch at a level 3, you gonna be a bitch at a level 2. If you a bitch in Supermax, you gonna be a bitch in a dorm room, in a work camp, in jail. Nothing changed. You suck. You could decide to do something about it though. That's the good news. See, I don't just give you the problems, I give you solutions. You could decide to stand up for yourself right now, right here today. All that good shit. You can stand up for your fucking self. And when you stand up for yourself, I promise you, you won't be concerned about what state is doing what. You're going to be happy wherever the fuck you at. That's why niggas like, you should come move over here. I'm like, nigga, I'm Virginia. V to the motherfucking A. We good out here. It's no different than like Canada, Australia. Like y'all don't think there's pockets in Australia holding that shit down despite what you see on the fucking TV? They're out there. And they go hard in the fucking paint. We joke about it, but yeah, they don't play that shit. And they not doing shit. They're not doing what is asked. Like, no. It's people in California right now that's like, yo, we not living like that. And then proceed to live accordingly. Bro, it's you. It's you. Somebody said, I like seeing people stop and read the sign on the door and then pull a mask out of their purse. And I also like seeing people wait in their car to see how many people go in the same store, establishment, business, etc. without a mask before they decide, oh, this is cool. Let me just walk in here without a mask then. You need other people to lead the way for you. So don't tell me your state sucks. You suck. And the state that you think sucks because you suck. You have to wait in your car to see if people go into the gas station, the Walmart, the Walgreens, etc. How many just walked in there without a mask? And that's what you use to gauge if you can go in there without a mask. You a bitch. You a bitch. Lead the fucking way. How about you be the person that somebody sit in their car seat, go in the store without a mask, and they're like, fuck it, I'm not doing this. You be somebody's light. Be the light. Don't lord yourself over other people. Don't look down on people. Just go on about your business. You don't gotta have a fucking attitude. Just do what you do. I've not even had to have an attitude out here. Not only does no one care, but it's like, damn. Alternate 1985 said, I see people pull a mask down after they see me. Brave breeds brave. I'm slow clapping right now for you. Shout out to you. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. You be the light. Go be the light. Right fucking now. Some of y'all at y'all job was like they handed down the mandates and you was like, I'm not doing that shit. And then you haven't heard nothing else from them since and you still at the same fucking job. Somebody said, I wear a mask that says mask sucks. You are a part of the problem. I know you don't, Santi's World. I know you don't. You're not one of those people that do that. No, not you. Not, because you're here. People that do that type of shit don't listen to me. They don't. I guarantee you, I stand by it. They don't do that type. People that listen to me rant, they don't do shit like buy a mask that says masks suck or shall not comply and then proceed to wear that mask that they hate wearing, that they have a little message on the front of the mask. It's like, oh, bless your heart. That does not inspire change. It does, however, inspire change. You know, jangling, the type of change that goes in the truther's pocket. The same truther that you bought that mask from, yeah, that's the only change that's inspiring. Right into that nigga's pocket that sold you that bullshit. The fuck I look like? Brandon Tatum, Collier One Noir. Who else? I'm missing some people. There's some truthers and Brian from High Impacts when he was doing that shit. And see, when you get on people ass, they change up. You gotta show, you put the pressure on people to do better. You put the standard up there. You know, when Brian from High Impact, when Anomaly was doing that thing with Brian from High Impact Flicks, and Brian from High Impact Flicks was like, yo, I have masks in my, I'm selling masks. And Anomaly was like, what, nigga? This nigga? And Brian's whole chat, stream, comments, they was like, nigga, what? Nigga, we don't do that shit here. Take that shit down. That nigga took that shit down. See? Shout out to Brian from High Impact Flicks. That's how you do it. We all make mistakes. But you gotta point that shit out. You gotta be like, yo, that shit you doing, yeah, that shit not official. Bro, you know you on that bullshit, right? That's that bullshit. You know, we not gonna be like, yo, take that shit down, but take that shit down. You selling baby mask. Come on. You selling baby mask. Just a baby. For the baby. Who here has a baby? You wanna put a mask on a baby? Nigga, just like you're selling baby masks. I'm not gonna tell you to stop that shit. You know, people, free world, free market society, all that weird bullshit. But I'm gonna tell you, yeah, they stop selling baby masks. You know, it ain't no hate, ain't no dislike. You still listen to, you know, shout out to Brian. You know, I like him, cool dude. When you on that bullshit, it's your job as the consumers of that type of content to be like, yo, you on that bullshit. You on that bullshit. Like, nigga, you got us all riled up on some anti-mask shit, and here you are selling masks to make some change. And I'm not going to aid and abet you being a bitch either. I'm not going to sell a mask because you still want to have your comfortable job and act like you're a part of the fucking resistance. So you want to buy one of my masks that says will not comply on it. That's gay. Nigga, I'm not going to sell you I'm not selling you an excuse to stay in your job. I'm not selling you an excuse to remain comfortable while other people are out here actually putting in work. So you could be comfortable throughout all this bullshit and say you're against everything while complying at the same time. So no, I will not sell a mask for people that absolutely need a fucking mask. Nigga, you better figure that shit out like everybody else is doing. If you don't work, you don't eat. I understand that, but if you don't stand up for yourself, you have no fucking self, nigga. Your spirit is gone. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, this shit's spiritual. Fuck you look like working for a corporation, a company, a business, etc. Just a dead, empty shell inside. You are a cyborg. You are a nanobot. You're not even a person at that point. I do everything because I don't even want to do it, but I wear a mask that says shall not comply for my favorite truth, because if I did, I can't defeat. Nigga, you know how many people out here actually going through the motions of actually going through it? Going through uncertain times because they stood on what they believe in, and here you go, want to take the easy way out while everybody else is choosing the harder way. No, I will not support you doing that bullshit and sell you a fucking mask and be like, well, they have no choice. Fuck no, you better figure that shit out. And if you don't want to figure that shit out, that's on you. Don't complain about it then. Don't fucking complain. There's people that do that shit that I'm like, you cool. Not to do what I'm talking about. There's people wear the mask. I'm not mad at people wearing the mask, getting vaccinated and all that other weird, goofy, gay shit. But when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And some people don't want to do better because they want to stay comfortable. And those are the type of people that I know don't watch me because they're wearing a mask right now that says, I will not comply. That they got from one of those truther niggas, some nigga out there just selling weird shit. Just wear not only that, go just wearing a mask in the shower, and then complaining about mask mandates. And then you know why I say you gotta be the light. It's niggas that comply and then complain about the mandates. Like, but I have to. Why do you have to? Everybody else doing it. That's your excuse. How about you don't do it and you be the light for somebody else to be like, oh, he not doing, well, I'm not gonna do that shit. It's shit like a domino effect. Y'all ever play Bones? It's dominoes. And even if it's not a domino effect, even if it's just you, bing, nigga, be the light. Cause you gonna feel bad and empty and hollow if you don't. And people scared to be the light. People scared to stand up for what they believe in. And then there's the people. There's a flip side to that coin. There's the people that stand up for what they believe in and then complain. They complain about the consequence of them standing up for what they believe in. I know the world ain't fair. Nobody owes you shit. Remember that. We were taught that as kids, remember? Was it just me? No one owes you shit. You owe yourself the self-respect to stand up for what you believe in at all times. Don't fucking complain. Embrace those consequences for doing so. That should have make you a better person. And I'm not just saying that. I lived it. I did it. I'm here. You know, sometimes adversity leads to progress that you would have never foreseen if you would just stayed comfortable doing whatever it was you were doing. I'm not just saying that I lived it. This is me. This is what I do. This shit pays good too. Like I would have never told y'all I need a side-by-side or a gator. I said specifically I wanted a gator. I needed a gator. I needed something strong enough to pull. Matter of fact, I had an axe. I was like, yo, I need a log splitter. There's levels to this. I would have never branched out because you're comfortable where you are. You don't even explore the world of yourself, your talents, your gifts, your discernment, just staying comfortable where you are. And sometimes that nudge that you need to get there, to reach your full potential, that nudge is often in the form of adversity. Like that shit leads somewhere. When it doesn't lead anywhere, that's because your mentality, that's because your spirit is weak. Nah, don't sit there and be like, hey, I'm going through hard times and that shit hard, son. I'm not even. Nah, don't cry, nigga. That's your fault if you can't make lemonade when life hands you lemons. That's on you. That ain't on me. Yeah, it's been raining here a lot lately. So, unfortunately, some of the wood got wet. You know, I gotta, do something better. I gotta figure out my tarp situation. You know, the shit kind of got windy last night. Hello to you too. Sitting up in the tree, bringing me the gospel of Bitcoin. I heard you the first time. I gotta figure something else out. Yes, it's on pallets, all that good shit. And people still want. I just came back from a delivery. Chuck Norris Gun Club. Shout out to you, Chuck Norris Gun Club. People, Chuck Norris Gun Club said I had COVID 3 times. You can't brainwash me to believe what you believe. Bro, I love you, bro. Big hugs. But Chuck Norris Gun Club, if you had COVID 3 times, why the fuck aren't you dead? So yeah, anyway, those are the rounds that I collected from my neighbors. Bro, me and that gator been thick as thieves. Telling you. This the 100-acre wood over there. It's a lot of work over there. And I saved a lot of money on gas getting my own wood locally. Chuck Norris Gun Club said because COVID is not that deadly, it just sucks really bad. Well, go get a vaccine. Go preach the gospel of vaccines. It sucks. Nigga, all of our body's detox process sucks. And a lot of it's psychosomatic. Psychosomatic. It's a lot of people like, yo, I'm sitting here, and all of my people that I know, they getting sick around this time. I'm like, man, this is around the time everybody starts getting sick. Nigga just said I had coronavirus 3 times. Nigga, what you actually had was 3 PCR tests that told you had coronavirus 3 times. This is how compartmentalized the guidance systems are. Just need a little test that they told you in the beginning really doesn't fucking work. But you had COVID 3 times. Why? Because a test told you so? I love you, bro. We homies. We homies. Big hugs, nigga. I'm not mad. Come here. Come here, gun club guy, whatever your name is. Come here, man. Come here. We homies, dog. Are you one of those gun club niggas that be like, I lost my guns in a boating accident? If you are, just stay over there. It ain't even a chest kick moment. This shit just common sense. Bless your heart. It's one of those things. It's not a chest kick. It's bless your heart. Just bless your little heart. I ain't mad at nobody. People believe in this shit. I don't care. I like people. There's certain people I still like and listen to. They believe in that shit. I just don't. Just like I said, we different. Shout out to all of us. We different. You don't have to believe what I believe. I'm not here on a crusade to get you to believe what I believe. No. You do what you do. Yeah, there you go, Gardner Swan. I like you, but I ain't like you, you know? You know, we different. Who said Texas? Why are people bringing up Texas in the chat? People really act like Texas is some type of mecca of freedom. And Florida is the beacon of freedom. People make pilgrimages to Florida. Bro, I didn't even ask you anything. Fuck is you talking about? I'm saying Barricade is speaking like he's from Texas. I'm not. Virginia. This that Virginia shit. Somebody say Utah is full, stay out. Five-Star Media, what's up with you? Dude said build a little shed for the wood. That's what that's a work in progress. I wasn't trying to spend funds doing that, especially if I could have everything taken care of, you know, how I currently have it taken care of, but it's like I don't want to invest in building a shed for the wood when I don't really keep the wood that long. This shit flies. You understand what I'm saying? So for me to justify the purchase of the lumber and actually out here, if I hire somebody, which I probably wouldn't, I would probably do it myself. For me to justify that, it would have to be like spring, summer, when less and less people are getting, you know, firewood. Like, I wouldn't do that now. It's just a waste of money, time, resources. It would definitely have to be like in a slow season, you know? So maybe this summer, and then like where would I put it so that it wouldn't be an eyesore? I got to figure all that shit out. It's not just so, you know, simple, cut and dry. Yeah, I know tarps work fine, but I do kind of want to get something set up where it's like, you know. I want my yard to look like something. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to just need to come back here and there's like tarps everywhere. Like, I don't want this. Or just have a wood yard somewhere. Get some land, and that's just going to be the wood yard. That's actually the next step. That's a long-term goal. Because I'm not going to be doing this forever. I make progress. Hey, this is just the beginning. You can't expect to hop into something and just automatically be an overnight success. Typically, when you are, it's not even really true. Then you fizzle out. Then you're left in debt to either the IRS or personal debts. You know, it's. Somebody said TV made me do it. Said you have one group that sees trying to help the group that doesn't see, and that group's calling for the opposite group to die and be shunned from society unless they get stuck with test monkey juice. Right. So at that point, why are you trying to help another group? I'm sure there's some aspects in your life that you could dedicate that time, resource, money, energy, and emotional currency into investing back into yourself or community or family or relatives, and stop giving that energy to people who don't want to hear what the fuck you're saying. I mean, I'm sure there's that, and even the people who don't want to hear you saying, not that they're bad people, you might could get a lot accomplished with those type of people. You got to remember, this is reality. The shit I'm talking about is reality. It's not Twitter, it's not Facebook, it's not YouTube comment section. It's reality. And you'll find you have a lot in common with people who don't necessarily believe what you believe. You may have a lot in common with people, you know, who want to go out and take the jabby jab. You know, I call them bitches, but some of them are good workers, you know. So it's like you gotta, like that shit on TV, I have you constantly divided. Did like TV, the mainstream narrative and the alternative narrative that's based on the mainstream narrative will have you divided against people you should be uniting with to actually create some type of wealth or betterment, growth and development in your reality-based life. Like the world is not the news. It's really not. It's not a school shooting that happened 10 states away. It's you, your uncles, your kids, your family, your mom, dad, whatever, your neighbors. That's what's fucking important. Like, that's all it is. How many times have you heard, oh, and I heard a lot of Republicans say this. They was like, oh, my family, they don't want me to come to Thanksgiving because I'm like not jabbed and all this extra shit. Like, you shouldn't even want to go. But that's mostly because they watch TV. And that shit causes a rift, a divide, where there should be no rift, no divide. It allows people who normally wouldn't be able to break apart something to go in and break apart something. And that shit happens on both sides. It's not just them. It's not just them. It's not just you, and it's not just them. It's all of y'all. You do it to each other. You know, when families develop their own little cliques, subsets, and little pockets, oh, I don't fuck with him, I don't fuck with them, but we not going over there. You know, that bullshit. That shit I stay away from. That's why I don't go around trying to apostolize, evangelize, and wake people. I don't do that shit in real life. I'm not sitting out here just like, and you don't got to get this and you got to get that. Some people don't even give a fuck. They go and get vaccinated. You go over their house, you eat whatever. You get shit done. You make money together. You go on about your fucking way. That's real. But TV will tell y'all got to be at each other's throats. But like I say, I've grown in the last 2 months. Like, I'm not even mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Chuck Norris Gun Club said normies are a ripe harvest for new Republican voters. I mean, I guess if normies want to vote Republican, like, I'm so past all of that shit. Like, I've had that phase and I'm glad I'm over it. Like, I don't excuse me, I don't subscribe to that. Five Star Media says, since we are on the subject, I gotta do it. Shout out to Mag Bitter Truth. Did that make you feel better, 5 Star Media? All right, now calm your ass down now. All right, go sit down somewhere. Terry Red said, bro, I do. Bro, how are you running a firewood business and not drying out your wood? Terry, you don't know what I do. You just know what I show you. I can go get dry wood right now. Theocratic fascism forever. Whatever that means. Ogun, what up, Ogun? Politics are dead to me anyway. That's been dead. Chuck Norris, and then taxed to death on top of it all. No wonder everyone is moving somewhere. I mean, that just goes back to what I say. You got people that don't pay tax. They know what they're doing. They're not breaking any rule. They just know what they're doing. You got some people that just don't. You know, we're not here to put people on blast or to say what I do and don't do, but there's people out there that they live like that. And you got people that do and then complain about it. And then those people that complain about those other people living like that. Then the people that don't want to pay taxes. And then the people that are like, they get tax benefit breaks and write-offs are like, yo, we have to pay taxes. And it's like, the more money you make, you could be like, I don't even make a salary and be worth billions of dollars. because you kept putting your money back out there. So you really don't have no money and you show no gains. You just show losses. And then you have the other group of people that, you know, that tax credits and shit. You know, you got people that get child tax credit. And they be like, how dare you not want to pay taxes? That's how I get my money. You know, so no matter what you do, you'll always be in bondage physically. You always gonna have somebody that hates you for doing what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. Somebody said, is BG actually Q? No, I'm not Q. I just understood that I couldn't expect freedom in this physical world, not from this world. Bro, that shit's spiritual. That's why I say I am free. I am actually free. And I'm not sitting here worried about what Democrats and Republicans are going to do. I don't care what mandate. Bro, let me tell you, when I was in solitary confinement, I did a year total in solitary confinement. I did 4 months down there at Augusta and 6 months up there at Sussex 1. I was free. I was free and I was on 23 and 1. The only time I left my cell was 30 minutes rec where I was in a cage and 30 minutes shower time. 23 and 1. 23 hours locked away, 1 hour out. 23 and 1. I was free. I was definitely more free than a lot of y'all out here, just out here living your lives and concerned about what Democrats and Republicans are going to do and your jobs and your vaccine mandates. Nigga, I was free. Not physically, it was mentally. And I was happy. Not that I'm institutionalized, it's just my outlook. I wasn't state struck, it's just my disposition. I had a goal, I knew where I was going. Not that I read a lot, but I wasn't alone. I just made a bad situation positive. It gave me time to understand myself and get my shit together. Whereas I was too busy running around doing other shit out there to get my shit together. Timeout. Sometimes timeout can be a bad thing and it can be a good thing. You tighten up. Somebody said take from here and put it here, and it's never the politician's fault. Somebody said 1 hour or more out for meals. Bro, when you in the hole, they bring your meals to the door and feed you through a slot in the door. It's a tray slot. You eat in your cell. Yeah, Chuck, you right, Chuck. They love to see us fighting over bullshit. And that shit also pays the bills. And there's a financial interest to keep us fighting over bullshit. Like we not, it ain't gotta be no kumbaya shit, but there's money in division. And it's not just Jews. And it's not just the Zionists and the people y'all like shills. It's some of y'all. Some of y'all favorite content creators. It's a lot, and it's a lot of people that talk all rah-rah like they gonna do something to get y'all riled up, and then they don't never do shit. It's a lot of money in talking about what's wrong. That shit is financially lucrative. And then selling merchandise on what's wrong. You brand it. Just like the whole Let's Go Brandon situation. Like that shit should have been seen as goofy from the jump. But people branded it. Because y'all immature people found that shit funny. That shit not even funny. When you see Joe Biden up there giving a fucking speech and it look like he about to pass the fuck out, obviously you're not running shit. Who here is pulling the fucking strings? We know. Well, I know. Some of y'all might not know because y'all still vote for the lesser of two evils. So some of y'all don't know. That now episode on TV giving a speech. The whole fuck Joe Biden thing, that's like, what are we in kindergarten? Let's go, Brandon. Bruh, did you see it, bruh? Did you see it, bruh? Let's go, Brandon, bruh. Like he's running shit. And then niggas market it, put it on a shirt, put it on merchandise. Some of y'all did it. See? See how that makes money? See how that begets division? And you see how a lot of liberals, they wanted to go out and protest lockdowns. There was a lot of liberals that was like, nah, the fuck is all this? From the jump. It was like, what? The fuck are you in? A lot of them. But y'all just, a lot of people just stay in their own little corner. It was a lot of them. You know, they wanted to go partake in some of the protests. But once you see a Trump flag or a MAGA flag, it's like barrier, glass ceiling. Then the programming, it reboots and you get a new program. It's like, I can't be a part of that. And when really you want to, but because of the branding, that division, you can't just go there as Americans. Nah, fuck no, we can't have that. We got to make it partisan. We got to make it, you know how many liberals are anti-vax? Liberals started the anti-vax shit. But once it becomes, that branding takes effect, that shit'll have y'all fighting each other. Y'all don't even know what side y'all want to be on. Y'all on whatever side the TV tells y'all on. It's like 1 minute Republicans are sitting there making fun of me because I'm anti-vax, or what they perceive to be anti-vax, which I believe, once again, I tell you, all vaccines are fucking poison. Y'all knew this from the jump. And then I make a little skit on that. And then everybody, oh, fucking anti-vaxxer, fucking Darwinism. If it wasn't for vaccines, none of us would be here. We would have all died out as a human race. Okay, get that. Now, a year later, the programming has flipped to where a lot of them niggas that were saying that to me, they're now what you would perceive to be anti-vax. And now all of a sudden they're concerned about the facts on vaccines. Now all of a sudden they're concerned about the ingredients. You see how that shit works? It's just a switch. With the flip of a switch, you can become whatever they want you to become. And I seen this. This is why I open the door and I walk the fuck out. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. I do what I do, and I'm gonna let them do what they can about it. This is why I have that mentality. You're not gonna fuck me over twice. You fool me once, that's shame on me. I see how the game goes, so I will not continue to play this game and become a part of the horde of people that say, let's vote for the lesser of two evil. No, not voting for none of you niggas, because I got standards. I have standards I have to uphold. And if I don't uphold my standards, nobody else will. Somebody say I'm OG anti-vax. I've been fighting vax mandates for a decade. And some people here have been supporting them for a decade until it came to this one. Because they made it partisan. Now because a lot of people sad had made it popular to do this while still enforcing the narrative that you should go out and get vaccinated, trust our scientists. They still doing it. They just add a little twist to it. There's nothing new under the sun. I've seen this done before. They did the same thing with the polio vaccine. A lot of y'all too young to remember that. But a lot of y'all want to read up on the coronavirus vaccine and mRNA technology. Go read up on Louis Pasteur and that bullshit. Don't just stop here. Some people just want to tell you enough truth to get you to come to their side or their political party or their brand of truth. They don't want to give you everything. This COVID vaccine, it's terrible. Come to our side. And then they just stop there. That's basically the Republican Party in a nutshell. Just give you just enough truth to keep you in this paradigm, to waste more of your emotional currency so you don't look elsewhere. You just here. You know, it's like a horse with blinders on at the equestrian center. You know, you have no peripheral. As a matter of fact, your whole world is based around what you perceive the opposition to be doing. Once the Democrats do this, you by default have to do this. Or once conservatives do this, you by default have to do this. That's your world. That's the little world, the bubble you live in. You devour that shit. You love that shit. Your peripheral is gone. You missing all of this shit. You just either here or it has to be here. This is why some people call me a liberal. Niggas have been called, niggas emailed it like, you fucking Democrat. Nah, I'm a fucking Democrat. That just tells me how small your world is. The world is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than that. Somebody said same as now. People who had only one polio shot were called unvaccinated. But it's the same shit. Not only is it the same shit, but the brand of polio that you hear your uncles and aunties and grandmas talk about having only occurred in like less than 1% of people who were diagnosed with polio. Less than a half of 1% of people who were diagnosed with polio were paralyzed. But when you hear your people talk about it, just like how they gonna talk about this shit going on 20 years, 30 years from now, it make it seem like everybody who had polio was just cryptic, paralytic, just nigga just came out like crip, throwing up crip fingers and shit. Just you be like, everybody was fucked up. Everybody was paralyzed. Yes, everybody was fucked up. Every day tell my brother had that shit. And everybody know, grandma, uncle, you know, they had, my brother had that. We all do. And 30 years from now, same thing with coronavirus. You're gonna have people. My brother had that. That shit fucked him up. Because the narrative solidifies in the minds as time goes on, because it doesn't get corrected when it happens. So now you think polio was like super serious. You think it was super serious. You're like, yo, that shit was real, son. Like our vaccines eradicated polio. That's what your people will tell you. And it fucking didn't. Polio, which means inflammation, the gray matter of the spinal cord. It's not even a fucking virus. And the nigga who came out, the nigga who they accredit with making the vaccine will tell you the vaccine actually gave you polio. Just like Trump likes to sit up there and reference the Spanish flu. Like, do y'all know the study? There was a study published by Dr. Milton J. Rosenthal where they tried to discover the mode of transportation of that flu, where they took the fluids. They ran multiple tests, took fluids from sick people who had Spanish flu, and took people that weren't sick. They swapped fluids. They did everything. Cough in his mouth. Okay, now shit in his hand. Kiss him. They did everything. The results were inconclusive. They couldn't determine how that shit was spread. It was not contagious. I did say his name right, Milton J. Rosenthal. Matter of fact, I left a link to that in one of my skits called "The Terrain Is Everything." I'll look it up. It's right there. You know, they had no choice but to admit we don't know how the Spanish flu spread. We don't know. That's what they don't know. That's what they tell you. They don't know. You couldn't get it just by being around somebody that had it. You couldn't even get it if somebody that had it spit in your mouth. Kingpin said I looked and that link was gone now. But I got it. I'll post it again. I give 0 fucks. Not that I'm trying to get people on my level. I'm just trying to get you to understand there's nothing new under the sun. The same programs are running now. They've done this shit before. That's why people think it's new. No, it's not. This shit old. That's why they know it works. It's old. Y'all think it's new. Y'all think this Agenda 21, just the year of the vaccines. Gavi, Vaccine Alliance, this shit old. This shit ancient. This shit archaic. This is why I got so many of y'all involved in that world. Because this has been tried, tested, and approved. The method for which to get mass population to believe anything. Just like how some of y'all right now hate that I said that. And to sit there and be like, I actually know somebody with polio, but you don't know nobody with the coronavirus yet. It was people like me around during polio. That was like, yo, what the fuck going on? But you don't hear about those people. Like their names are wiped. You'll find some, but it ain't many. And then they brand them as fringe. Just like they doing to y'all right now. There's nothing new under the sun. And pretty soon, 30 years from now, none of y'all here will be remembered for saying what y'all saying about this bullshit coronavirus narrative. The kids that grow up, they will remember a auntie or uncle, grandma telling them, my brother had it and he died from it. Coronavirus was serious. Nothing new under the sun. This shit not new. It's old. That's why it's working. To the extent in which it's working. Doesn't matter if it's mRNA from the live virus, which they tell us viruses are dead in school, and then the live virus, and they tell you it can't. And we're not even gonna get into that. I'm just saying, there's nothing new under the sun. Tell them Abraham said Pepperidge Farm remembers. Terry Riss believes everything the CDC and WHO tells him. Shout out to Terry Riss. A lot of people do. Some of y'all mamas, y'all live chatting in here right now, some of y'all mamas believe that shit. You know, I'm over it. Now, I don't have to get Terry Riss to believe what I believe. I'm just saying, this shit is there. To what extent people want to look at it, that's on them. If they just want to stop at the coronavirus narrative because that's how they feel they can get, you know, liberal voters to come over to their side because they can project the conservative Republican Party as being pro-freedom, and that appeals to younger people as opposed to the liberal, you know, party, then that's what they're going to do. And then they're going to stop right there. The truth always stops with the presented narrative when it comes to politics. It's no different than I sat there and watched the Hodge twins bash Robert E. Lee. Trash him. Robert E. Lee from VA. You know, Sic Semper Tyrannis. Yeah, Robert E. Lee. One of the greatest generals that ever lived. Got shit cracking. Yeah, him. Yeah, they bashed him and told their supporters that, yeah, he was some type of liberal. He owned slaves. All types of bullshit. She fucking didn't. He owned slaves. In order to get black votes, the Republican Party needs to stop holding on to this statue of Robert E. Lee. They need to take it down because there was some Republicans that was like, we can't take down the statue, and the Hodge twins was like, if you want more black votes, you'll take it down. Do you see the manipulation tactics going on with history? It's no different than it is right up there with what happened with Hitler in World War II, Nazi Germany. They go to these events in history and they give you just enough truth that's not even truth just to try to get people to come to their side. It's no different than Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, oh, wearing the masks, they want everybody masked up. That's what the Nazis did in Germany. You see how they twist it just to get you to come to our side. We're not going to give you the truth. We're going to give you enough of what you want to hear that you believe is truth to come to our side. When actually, Robert E. Lee was not pro-slavery. Actually, Robert E. Lee was going to leave that shit alone until they fucked with Virginia. And the fact that Lincoln was a whole tyrant, nothing but a tyrant. I watched conservatives flip a shit and talk about how Biden was up there sending me videos of Biden talking about, you got a bomb, you can't fuck with the government, we have F-15, we can bomb you. And they were like, look at him, look. And I'm like, nigga, that pales in comparison to what Lincoln did. Lincoln mobilized the military on school workers, child care workers, farmers, small business owners, everybody y'all claim y'all care about today. Yeah, Lincoln sicked the military on them. The Union, with the fury of the Union, because they didn't want to be a part of that bullshit. The war of northern aggression. And then when people react to bullshit, you have been conditioned through time to see them as traitors to America. Matter of fact, you see the American flag is more American than the rebel flag, than the Confederate flag. That American flag, stars and stripes, by default is the flag of a conquered people when the Union took over. And you point the finger and call the people who fought against actual tyranny terrorists and traitors to their country. Then you champion a president who mobilized the military. But have y'all thought about it? Y'all haven't even thought this through. And the Hodge twins sitting up there, yeah. That Robert E. Lee was despicable. We have to fuck Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee. And then sit there and talk shit about Joe Biden. You talk all that shit about Joe Biden and then kiss the feet of Lincoln. So then they bring you enough truth just to get you to come to their side, and that's where the truth stops. It's like, let's look more into this. And they're like, no, we're just right here. Just, no, just the coronavirus vaccine is bad. But yeah, the others, they're great. Yeah, they're fucking great. No, coronavirus. That's what they do. That's why I like me, a conservative, a Republican. Nah, nigga. That shit goofy, wavy, wacky, inflatable. Do what I can do as a black conservative just to get views on YouTube, social media, and be an influencer. And then Ben Shapiro contacts me and is like, yo, I'm offering you a job. Then I turn that down, and then PragerU gets me to come on and do some type of special. A little ad. Then Fox News wants to interview me. Then I go on Fox News, and then I make a regular appearance on Fox News. Fuck no. That's the life of a black conservative. You can't say what I just said as a black conservative. And the only reason I say black conservatives is because black conservatives feel like that black part. Nigga, that black part. The black. They let you to black. They sit up there and say racism doesn't exist until it comes to them. They're not all the way through. I'm like, if you don't believe in it, don't fucking believe in it. But don't sit up here, say racism doesn't exist, and then when Joe Biden gets in office, be like, he's racist. Nah, nigga, hold your ground. Why are you doing that? See, that's that wacky, wavy, inflatable shit I'm talking about. I'm not wacky, wavy, inflatable. Joe Biden is not racist. Hunter Biden is not racist. He's a comedian and a good one, better than Dave Chappelle, who conservatives got mad at for doing a special dedicated to the amount of time that the officer kneeled on George Floyd's neck, and then said Candace Owens needs to be kicked in the pussy. Then he comes out with a special where y'all perceive he's attacking or coming out and speaking out against the transgender community, and now y'all all on his dick. See, that's that wacky, wavy, inflatable shit I'm talking about. You don't stand your ground. You're not solid through and through. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to be that way, be that way. Don't try to bend the corner just because it's a different party president in office, and now you can use the same liberal talking points against that nigga in office right now, and as a way to try to get more voters. They sell you out for votes. If you are a part of a party, you are being sold out for votes. Your ideas, your morals are being sold out for vote. How many Republicans in here right now, they're against the whole tranny shit? I call them cross-dressers. You cannot trans your gender, your sex. It's solid. It is today what it will be tomorrow. The truth changes not. You are a cross-dresser, simply put. Not a tranny, not a transgender. You are a cross-dresser. I don't care if you lopped your dick off or not. You're a dude. You're a bro. Dude, you're a bro, dude. But nevertheless, there's Republicans. It's like, no, we not with that shit. But for the sake of votes, Charlie Kirk and them come out. The neocons come out. And they're like, oh, trannies for Trump. Parading gay people all on stage. Just year of the faggots. And you gotta accept it. Why? For votes. They sell you out for votes. You don't fucking matter. You will never matter a part of a political party. They sit there and they use the pro-freedom narrative as a means to get you to try to come over to their side. And once you're on that side, that's where it stops. You no longer have the freedom of being against transgenders twerking on stage. They'll sit up there and Tucker Carlson to give you that interview. You love Tucker Carlson. He'll talk to you about your small business, play the world's smallest violin, vaccine mandates, and then won't talk about or discuss the vaccine mandates that Fox News has, which is owned by Disney. Or is it? Somebody fact check that. But they won't talk about their vaccine mandates. All of them are cool with it. They're not livid about it. They're not as upset as you are about it. But they'll bring you on upsetting everything. To be like, yeah, these vaccine mandates, bullshit. No one went on Fox News like, yo, I got these vaccine mandates, bull. Don't y'all got vaccine mandates too? Like, y'all not, like, what are you and Laura Ingraham doing? Like, are y'all actively fighting that? Are y'all, like, what? Like, lead the way on this one, right? Because y'all, the Fox and Friends. It's an inversion. It's no inversion. As in, Ben Shapiro goes out, takes the vaccine, Daily Wire people, they do what they do. Here, go get it, and then fight. It says fight for your right to not take it. And I'm going to tell you how that's weird. Because the more people that take it, they feel like they have the right of way to make you fucking take it. Because people are taking it. They don't give a fuck if you don't want to or you do want to. The numbers, the analytics More and more people are taking it. For whatever reason, it doesn't fucking matter. The numbers are now on our side. The algorithms, this is how they look at it. There is no individuality in that shit. It can't distinguish. It's a machine. It can't be reasoned with. You can't be like, yo, we only did this because you made us. No. Nigga, your number, your ticket, that shit was punched, it's pulled, nigga, numbers up. It's a numbers game. The numbers are on our side. So now we can enforce this because we're doing what the majority of Americans want. You see how that look? It's what the majority of Americans want. So now here you are feeling outnumbered, alone, and like you have no one on your side. Because they condition you, the neocons, that hey, you can still be a part of the pro-freedom movement even if you take the vaccine and don't believe in it. It's Luciferian. It's like, hey, you can eat this fruit. Surely you will not begin to die. That shit Luciferian, son. It's Luciferian logic. Where you don't have to work for what you perceive to be freedom. You can still get vaccinated and they will accept you in some type of pro-freedom movement. Even when you did what the opposition requires of you, hey, no problem. You're still cool. Come here. Just as long as you're against the vaccine mandates. So now you have more and more vaccinated people in your anti-vaccine mandate movement. People, do I really gotta connect the fucking dots here? So now it doesn't matter if you have people that are against vaccine mandates because everybody got vaccinated. Because you told them, hey, you don't have to sweat, you don't have to work for it. If you're saved, you're saved. You don't have to work. No, go take the vaccine and then come back and we'll be, we'll be on some rah-rah anti-vaccine, mandate shit. And because y'all don't want to choose the harder way in life, because y'all duck adversity, because your disposition, your mentality is some shit, because you suck, you go and get the vaccine, then you come back here and rant and rave online like you some type of fucking freedom fighter because you're against vaccine mandates. The vaccine mandates don't mean shit. This isn't even about vaccine mandates. It's really not. This carnal world, the physical appearance of it is designed to make it look that way. This shit is spiritual, son. And if you go and do that shit, the door's closed. Keep this in mind. People who haven't been vaccinated, they can choose tomorrow to go get vaccinated. But the people who have been vaccinated, they can't choose to be unvaccinated. That shit is there, a mark, a number for the algorithm to read. Doesn't matter what the fuck you say. The door has closed behind you. You are not a fucking freedom fighter. Get that shit out your mind. Following Ben Shapiro will not help you. Your life is still fucked up. And you are still some shit. Whether you moved to Florida or whether you stayed in Connecticut. You suck. I'm just here to tell you that. You suck because you don't believe in working for what you want. You won't walk the narrow path to get to where you want to get to. You want other people to do the groundwork for you. Always. You're a child. You're a man-child. You're a fucking baby. Somebody put a tit in his mouth. You're a man baby. You have been lied to. You have been lied to. They told you that the world owes you everything. No, the fuck it doesn't. You were told all you have to do is believe and it will come true. No, it will not. But here go all the people with the inversion, Luciferian. It's a Luciferian tactic. Don't tell me you don't see it. To tell you you can go get the vaccine and still go against these vaccine mandates. You can get, and there's people here. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it is what it is. You see it for what it is. Joker, deuce, ace. Deuce is wild. Go fish. Draw 4. It's written right there. It's plain as day. It is what it is. You can go out and get the vaccine, and they can tell you you could be against vaccine mandates, but what they can't do is become unvaccinated again and actually go against vaccine mandates. And when the numbers are called, your number will forever be on this side. The same side you call opposition, yeah. That's where they pull your number. When you look up vaccination rates and percentages in the United States of America, guess whose number is represented in that percentage? So what you can say to yourself is, I'm against vaccine mandates, but you're lying to yourself. You can say all day, I don't want to be extorted, but you still giving up your commissary bag. You still giving up your commissary bag to the wolves, to the sharks. And then you go back to your little corner of losers and bitches and complain. Can you believe he took my bag again? All my commissary, my grandma sent me that. My grandma sent me $30. I had to buy that nigga everything. Why the fuck are you telling us? Why did you give him your bag, you bitch? And then you got another group of people, neocons over here, like, oh, you gave up your commissary. Don't worry, you can still go hard. You can still be a shark. No, you're still a shark. You're getting extorted. Come here, you're still a shark. Yeah. Your dying grandma sent you $100, and you gave that whole $100 to him. Oh, come here. You're still cool. You're still cool. All you have to do is stand here and act like you're against it. Just look mad. Just be like, huh, stop taking from, Just act indignant. Bro, you still a bitch no matter what way you slice it, no matter who tells you. I don't give a fuck who tells you you're not. Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Richie from Boston. Nigga, you are still a bitch. And when you look up those percentages, vaccination rates, guess where your number is? It's not over here. It's over here. Bear Hanging Rise is absolutely wrong, folks. I'm fighting vaccine mandates right now, even though I'm fully vaccinated and got all my boosters. All right, it needs to stop raining. No more rain. Please. Oh, what up, Bluegrass Nanowood? What up with you? Then I had Jesse Lee Peterson people reach back out to me. It's like, yo, you come on for an interview. I'm like, nigga, y'all blew me off for Destiny, the gamer, the gay gamer. You can't, Jesse Lee Peterson, I know you watching this shit too. Call number one, you white people. I know you watching this shit. I don't give a fuck if you grew up on a plantation. You sat there, your people reached out to me and was like, yo, you know, we want that. Then I said some shit the next day that made you reconsider. Thursday, the day of the interview, come and go. Friday come, Destiny interview popped the fuck up. Him, his girlfriend, his gay buddies, his game playing. Whatever the fuck Destiny is. I don't know. Then I get a message late as fuck like, hey, we can't have you on. But can we keep you in the Rolodex just to, you know, just no. Now I'm in the mindset where I'm like, fuck interviews. I've grown from that. No interviews. I don't give a fuck who it's with. Fuck your interview. I am done interviewing. At this stage in my life, I'm done. I'm done doing interviews with niggas. For what? For what? I'm not even in the mindset to make it a joke anymore. It's like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? This shit I just said. And then you tell me before we go on, hey, just kind of chill out. Just don't, you know, because this is my YouTube channel, this is how I make my money, and you be saying some wild shit. No. Fuck no. I'm telling y'all never been interviewed. That's the gayest shit ever. Oh, shout out to the people. Shout out with Liberty Lockdown Pad, whatever. Freedom Inc. On Benjamin, Revenge of the Sis. A couple other people, but no more interviews. Shout out to them niggas. No more interviews with no one. Somebody said BG don't love white people. No more interviews. Trent Dab said we yelling today. No more interviews. I'm gonna sit up there, especially you, Jesse Lee Peterson. You sat up there, you heard me talking shit about you, and you try to do damage control, try to get me on and make it a joke. I meant what I said. And then you put me on the back burner for Destiny? A nigga named Destiny who's a gay gamer, a live streamer, a Twitch live streamer, playing games? How the fuck does that make men again? It'd be niggas like this to just be like, make men again. We need to fix our country. And you just a gay. You just a whole half a fag. Right? These are no. With a MAGA hat on. We need to take our country back. We need to make America great again. We need to do all of this. Politicians need it, and you just a faggot. And your life ain't shit. But you swear you are something because you get millions of views. A whole half a fag because you're bisexual, whatever the fuck that means. Just a half a fag, literally. A bisexual live streamer gamer just playing Halo 3. Just arguing with niggas over Xbox or PlayStation. Just a half a fag. Xbox or PlayStation, bro. Let's play Halo 3 or whatever the fuck the new hype is now. Just a whole half a fag. I'm bisexual, but I got a girlfriend that's a model. Nigga, what? And your handle on social media is Make America Great Again. We got to take back our country, make men men again. We got to make men men again. Nigga, and you're just a half a fag. I'm not in that world. Some of you are. I'm not in that world where I'm able to compute and understand that logic. Like, I can't follow that train of thought. You know, that's hard for me. That's literally hard, and I tried. That's hard for me. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to water myself and make myself a bitch to understand bitch mentality. Didn't I tell y'all I'm anti-bitch? And that's bitch. That's wet bitch. That's not just bitch. That's wet bitch. People, they will do what they do. Doesn't even matter. It's not upsetting. It just is what it is. Figured I'd bring that up. Shout out to you, Jesse Lee Peterson. Shout out to Destiny. The whole half a fact or whatever the fuck he got going on. This shit weird, ain't it? It be like niggas with model girl, just a model. Your girlfriend a model, and they be like, yeah, I'm also gay. Like, how do people fall for this? I understand. Some of y'all know, men have been given over to unnatural affections for other men due to the, certain times we're in. But it still makes you ask, how? This is just something you gotta ask, why come? Like, you just been given over to a reprobate mind. You just like you really think being bisexual is how you make America great again, fam? Who told you this? Because conservatives accept anybody today, because Republicans have no fucking standard whatsoever when it comes to who represents their fucking party. Just anybody. And this is how you fight the agenda? By having a boyfriend and a girlfriend? You just got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You're just a whole half a fag. And then scripture teaches that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And it's people like this. Thank you, Jake Break. Thank you. The truckers agree with me. You just a whole half a fag with a girlfriend and a boyfriend. And scripture teaches that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And these unstable people are the type of people that political parties push to the forefront, especially conservatives. Yeah, let's put an unstable person. Yeah. Fuck yeah, just do it. Yeah, because we need them votes. We got to get the gay vote. Like, fuck y'all parties. All of them. Each and every last one of them. Y'all swear y'all just as weird as y'all want to be. Just a weird barometer. Just all the way to the top. Question mark said double-minded man. Bro, you can just a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can just Google that and it'll tell you what scripture that is. It's true. There's no growth there. Like, people go through their little phases. They snap out of it. The fuck was I doing? Some people don't. To sit there and to promote mental disorders and normalize it just lets me know you're something I don't want to be a part of. Trying to normalize mental disorders. You know, like when it's the liberals, not to just, you know, get on conservatives, but when it's the liberals, it's like, yeah. It's fucking insane, folks. But when it's the same weird shit that claims to be conservative, then it's like, yeah, we're winning the culture war. You want to win the culture war. This is you. It went from being unacceptable to being on your side, and this is how you win the culture war. I don't know. That's why I don't expect a win, because my mentality will never be prevalent in this world, because this world standards don't understand my type of mentality. And you can see that easily by what's going on today. So no, I do not want to be mainstream. I do not expect to be mainstream. And I feel like true conservatives shouldn't be neither. You know, if your party going down, nigga, then you go down with it. It is what it is. I'm not budging. I'm not moving. And if you do move, isn't it then called being progressive? It's like an Overton window just gets you from sinking with your ship to getting off the ship and going to a ship that's painted with a rainbow flag. You know, you just gotta on a ship with a body just rainbow flag. You know, it's like captains used to be like, nope, I'm going down with the ship, son. This where the buck stops for me. See y'all later. But nowadays, captains get off of their sinking ships and get on a gay boat. No one wants to die with honor and dignity. You know, it's like back in the days, in old times, there were fates worse than death. Like to be killed by the enemy in battle was seen as something to be proud of. Where your family could be proud of. Your family was like, he died with honor. Like Genghis Khan and all of them, like fucking Hannibal and the fucking Spartans. It was like, nah, nigga, I'm not type of shit. No, nigga, just 300. I mean, it's like just a king. I'm just you know, we know, but a king to be like, I'm marching with my men. Because to die with my men, that's on the battlefield, defending my home. That's where it's at. Not to go fight banker wars. Like, no, this reality-based shit. It's a samurai. But now everybody's on a gay tugboat. And they just hop off the ship and like, I'll just tug it with my little gay boat. My little gay boat to go chicka 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 chicka. My little gay boat. Oh, fucking thing. And I'm not encouraging violence neither. I've grown a lot. I'm encouraging hard work. Like hard work is how I was able to get that little fleet of equipment that helps me reach daily goals to the point where I don't need a New Year's resolution, because that's bullshit too. I hit every goal every day, or I strive to, and I try to better myself the next day. You know, shit like that. And I just seen that's how you really fight back. Because when you got your shit together, people they tend not to really, they fuck with you less. They still fuck with you. They fuck with you just a little bit less. And that little window of less gives you more room to grow and become solid in your foundation. Just not to change, but just to keep growing. Just fuck with you a little bit less. You start to see shit for what it is. And that's why people, they say it doesn't matter what you're doing, how much you grow, or how much work you do, you're always gonna be a slave to the system. And I'm like, yeah, physically, but the battle is spiritual. And spiritually, you do not have to be a slave to the system or these ideologies and dogma of people who get on gay tugboats